This is Heather from Prospect Leicestershire. Nice word from Heather, thank you very much. Heather has outmanoeuvred Ali off the course to come back with what looks like the most impressive spreadsheet, even with little kind of fake post-it notes across it. This has got either anorak, OCD or student error written all over it, and I'm not quite sure which one of the three it's going to be. We'll have to find out. Brilliant, okay. Right, well, take us through your poster.
Oh God, where to start? Effectively, it is a bit of a brain dump. I think the whole point of this course for me was completely changing my mindset, and this is kind of the process I've gone through to change my mindset, so I can go back to my company and communicate what we should be doing. No, I'm laughing already.
Well, I've had other posters where people have gone, I've changed my mindset, and they've just written the word conversation on there, the conversation, and that's been the poster. Whereas this looks like it's got a little bit of rigour behind it.
It's pretty much my process of thought and how it's changing, and it's a starting point for doing more, making it bigger.
Take me through that journey or that process.
Okay. My first point was just view the website that we've got now.
Yeah.
It was set up about 5 months ago. We're a new company. We've come together as a merger of two existing companies. So we're quite new website. Domain's only about a year old.
Right.
And I was asked to come on this course because we're just not getting any visitors.
Right.
We don't know what's going on with the website or why. We've got no search engine optimisation. Right.
So it's early in that process,
yeah.
but there are still concerns that you've perhaps not got the foundations for it to materialise over a period.
We don't really know why, we just know it's not quite right.
Okay.
And we employed a website design agency to do it for us. We're in a little dispute with it at the moment, so it's about getting our heads around it all.
Yeah, and it typically happens, and maybe yours is different, but it typically happens around not really tying down a functional specification, not really being clear about what the purpose of the site is.
What we're trying to achieve with that.
Yeah, diving straight into we want a site, rather than having a conversation about why you would have a site, what the message was, who the tribe is.
New website.
I suspect this might come out as we talk a little bit, really. But
pretty much.
Okay, so established not too long ago. We got a fairly young domain. There are some good elements to the website. You know, the imagery is very nice.
It's got kind of
rich.
the right look and the right feel in terms of images, colours. It looks professional. We've got a lot of physical addresses and things like that to build interest in the website, and it looks like we know what we're talking about.
But in
the
terms
code
of
behind it is strong. It's HTML, W3C.
Well screwed together, right?
Yeah. So
the issues are what then? They're more about the message, the tribe. The content.
There is absolutely no idea. As soon as you land on the home page, you've got flash animation, which is very pretty and it's lovely, but we've got a ridiculously high bounce rate because you've got no idea what. It's over 50%.
Right.
So half people visiting
which is big for a high value site, isn't it?
So it's kind of people are landing, don't know what we're about. We're providing free business services. It's not apparent from the first page.
Right. I would expect 50% around a lot of the kind of fairly enthusiastic homemade sites that we kind of see that you can then work down. So, kind of my gut feel is that you could certainly work this down at 25%. In other words, get a twofold increase in the amount of people going to the sort of depths of the website. You could say that, well, do they need to go into the depths because there's so much on the home page? There isn't a huge amount. There are principally the videos, really, aren't there?
Yeah, there's no linear path through it. We've tried to have a couple of main menus at the top to say this is each audience, but we've not really identified who our audience is and what they're about. It's the site about the company and the fact we're this unique company because we cut across political divisions in Leicestershire. It's not really about this customer, what do they want.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is that it's almost a kind of, it feels like a brochure crossover.
Yes, exactly.
Here is our brochure, and actually the agenda on the web it's about them, stupid.
Yeah.
It's not about you. It's not about you being the kind
whole
of big I am.
The whole purpose is to create leads, create inquiries.
Yeah.
We've got 8 since we launched, which is appalling.
Yeah.
So it's a lead generation site.
Yeah. I mean, we have spent quite an amount of time on that, really. I'm not suggesting in any way that you shouldn't kind of feature yourselves and what makes you different and what your kind of unique qualities are. In fact, quite the opposite. I think this site, if I'm honest, is failing on both counts. Like you say, well screwed together, good technology, good designers, developers have put this together.
Right, it's just what we want to say.
But it's the exercise of, number one, it doesn't sell you very well, explain you and your values very well. So where are the sort of personalities and the sort of people through it? And, we're going to get into this, I'm sure, aren't we? But in the same way, it doesn't sell the services and the benefits of Leicester.
No. It's trying to
particularly
be
well. It's kind of
a lot
caught
of things
between
to a lot of
things,
people,
isn't it? Yeah.
because it hasn't identified the audience.
Yeah.
The way things are communicated are very much government speak. Mine in the grey suit is the personality.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no benefits messages in there whatsoever for businesses. It's all features, lists and facts, no emotion whatsoever. It's a B2B sale, assuming that it's a logical decision to move, and it's a very emotional decision to move your company.
And do you sense that there is sufficient kind of both sides of the hemispheres of the brain covered, would you say, or is it largely factual?
Not at all. No, it's largely factual.
From a kind of almost from sort of governmental quango angle.
Yeah, from
as
our
well.
point of view, it's very much what we think is great about Leicester.
If it helps you feel any better, you get this routinely all the time with people who come through the course who are from like a governmental background or sort of a quango business support sector. You tend to get a lot of that kind of speak because there is a kind of language, isn't it, that's used in inward investment and quangos and government support agencies and business support agencies. And often because we all use the jargon in the industry, you forget that actually it's nonsensical to most other people. It's a classic COIC, clear only if known. And what you do is that you, by using that language extensively, if that is not your audience, it's not you're not dealing with similar people. If you do that, you tend to alienate, kind of other audiences really. So you need to make a decision, I suppose. Is this site for communicating with other governmental organisations about what we are doing and trying to do? In which case, that kind of language is fine. That you should set your stall out to do that. Is this site about what is the end user? Which is who? What person or character will do this?
We've been really generalised in our target audiences. It's just businesses in the UK, generally large businesses.
That might consider moving?
Yeah, and it's not particularly focused. We've got certain sectors we know we're interested in. We're not focused any messages towards them specifically.
Right.
Not really going big campaigns to target them.
Okay.
So, that's kind of where I started starting point really. Through Lung Health Theory, it started getting me to realise we can't do this big generalised mass market and attract everybody.
Yeah.
We've got to focus down on people we really want here and really talk to them about what they're interested in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just going to continue having people leaving.
Kind of right. Yeah. So, it's understandable because there are a lot of people who don't really understand the process of writing the specification. That you write, you just speak to a designer straight away and they produce something, and then that's fine. Like you say, you've got to define the audiences first, and I think you're kind of getting that now.
I think this is where I've come from with the poster. It's giving the specification right for what we want to be doing.
Okay, so a bit more clarity now on who the audience is, leading that through the long tail thing into sort of persuasive content. What are the kind of big changes that you feel you need to make, really?
The biggest one, we've got absolutely no key phrases and it's throughout the website, and key phrases is just central to everything. You can't write copy, you can't sort out your messages until you know what your key phrase is and what you want to try and say to people.
Yeah.
So I've gone through this ridiculous
So this is the big exercise. So we could contrast this hugely with some of the kind of the people who've almost sort of fluked their way into great phrases. Fluke's a strong word, but you could take someone like Patrick Tonks at Great Beanbags that we looked at, that straight away were positioned around a great key phrase with a lot of buy signals in it, with good traffic there, and they've actually probably don't need to operate in too many other key phrases. This is almost the kind of flip side of that, really, because
we've got so much to communicate. We're doing place marketing, which is selling everything about Leicester. Right. It's a massive undertaking. We've got specific sectors we want to go and target with their key phrases. Right. We've got to get behavioural with it. We're talking in terms of all the competition of typing in investment, and that's all the key phrases they have behind the code in their websites that I've seen. It's all jargon. So we've got a real opportunity here to get into behavioural key phrasing, like somebody looking for cheap commercial offices or something like that. Which nobody else is tapping into in the field we're in.
Rent-free offices, whatever.
There's so many opportunities. It's grants. Just tapping into them that other large commercial organisations haven't really got, and we can compete on the same level with them.